Welcome. Today we'll be dealing with trig ratio. Trig ratio is actually a topic whereby you'll be asked various questions like find sine 308, or maybe find sine. Okay, let me use cos. Find cos 127 using table, not using your calculator now. Is that okay? So, but the first thing I would like you to do is actually have this in your mind. There is this quadrant, a quadrant that is divided. We have an acronym to remember where sine is positive, where cos is positive, and where tan is positive. We call that acronym ACTS. Okay, ACTS. But see what I want you to do. In your quadrant, if you draw a 4 cardinal point like this, write it or spell your ACTS this way: A, C, T, and S. Just like spell it backwards, ACTS. That's how to remember it. So this is actually a quadrant that will help you remember where your sine is positive, where your tan is positive, and where your cos is positive. In this first quadrant, we call this first quadrant. We call this second quadrant. We call this third quadrant. And lastly, fourth quadrant. All right. In our first quadrant, A here simply means that all are positive. What we mean by all is both sine, tan, and cos, they are all positive in this first quadrant. Then in second quadrant is only sine that is positive. So every other one, which is tan and cos, they are negative here. Then in third quadrant is only tan that is positive. So every other one is negative. And in the last or fourth quadrant is only cos that is positive. Every other ones are negative. All right, I will agree with me that you are still with me. So after this now, this is the second stage I would like you to take note of. In these 4 cardinal points, this is your 0 mark. And we read our angles anti-clockwise this way. What I mean by anti-clockwise, in your clock, your second hand goes this way, round like this. But this time around, we are going like this, so we are going anti-clockwise. So in this case now, from here, just like your normal mathematics, this is angle 90, this is angle 90, another angle 90, another angle 90. So this first is 90, 90 plus 90, 180. So second quadrant is all about from angles that increases from 90 to 180. That's the angles that I will see in my second quadrant. Then my third quadrant, 90 plus 90, 180 plus 90, that's 270. So any angle that falls between 180, 181, 182 down to 270 here, they are all in the third quadrant. Then this is 360. So from 270 up to 360, they are all in my fourth quadrant. Is that all right? And having known this now, please take note of this. Whenever you have an angle and that angle falls from the range of 100, okay, greater than 90, here. So we have, like, probably if you are giving 100 or maybe 150, what I need you to do for me is you simply say 180 minus, that's your angle, or you can call it theta. So if you have like 100, so 180 minus 100, it will give you 80 degree. 180 minus 100, it will give you 80 degree. Okay, because it's giving you 80 degree now, it simply tells you that you can now go and find this 80 degree in your four-figure table. That's it. Simply put, or to break down the whole thing, is just to tell you that in your four-figure table, you won't see angle 150 there. No, you won't see it in your four-figure table. So you have to, this formula or this particular topic helps you to break it down to what you can see in your four-figure table. That's just it. Okay, take for instance, let's say cos 127, want to find it. Look at our quadrant. This quadrant, 127, here is 19, where is one, here is 118. So which means our angle 127 should be in this second quadrant, right? Yeah. And okay, let's draw it out. This is 19, and if I add a little more, I'm not going to divide this into half because half of it will be, half of 19 is 45. And if I have, yeah, if I add 45 to my to my 90 here, it will be more than 127. So I'll just add a little mark to get 127, 127 degree. But you don't really need this. What you need is to note that is in second quadrant. And what happens in second quadrant? 180 will always minus your theta, which is 127. And that should give you 53 degrees. So now I'll keep that aside. Then I'll go to this my acronym, ACTS. What is second quadrant saying? Second quadrant is saying is only sign that is positive here. So which means because I'm having cos, cos is automatically a negative. I'll just have it at the back of my mind. Then if I go to my four-figure table and find 53 degree, I'll place the value I will get here. That is minus that value. And if you check that out, you should be getting 0.6018. 0.6018. All right. I think I believe you should know how to get your four-figure table, like your angles there. But I believe probably to avoid every reasonable doubt, I'm going to make a video on that, and it's going to be short and you will see it. It's not so difficult. Yeah. All right. Then this is for second quadrant. Remember, I told you in the first quadrant, all are positive. So theta in the first quadrant, where will I? Okay, permit me to do this area. In your first quadrant, theta is equal to theta. You don't minus anything from anybody. You maintain your theta like that. You just go and find it because you can find that in your four-figure table. But in second quadrant, you say 180 minus your theta. Then in third quadrant, theta minus 180 because your angle is going to be bigger than 180. Remember, is the third quadrant gives you 270. So, all right, then in your fourth quadrant, you will simply say 360 will minus your theta. Remember, the fourth quadrant is the one that ranges from 271 and above till 360. Yeah. So in that area now, you've actually gotten how to break down your angles to what you can see in your four-figure table. That's just what this topic is all about. Making you get your angles without punching calculator. And believe me, if you press your calculator, it's not as if you not get your answer, but it's always going to give you decimals. Yes. And you always be caught because when you're using four-figure table, believe me, they require showing workings, and you have to show all these guys. If they are missing, that means you copied someone, or probably you don't know it. You use calculator. All right. I think that's all.